Some coaches will charge you thousands of dollars for what I'm about to share with you completely for free in the next 10 minutes. You see, over the last few years, I've been fortunate enough to connect with hundreds of traders that all have a problem psychologically. Every single one of them has a strategy that they've tested, but there seems to be a gap between what happens on paper and what happens live. And when we start to unpack this, more often than not, you will find the problem is psychological. Now, after talking with hundreds of traders, I have found there are some common traps that most people fall into that lead them to blow accounts, that lead them to revenge trade, that lead them to trade impulsively and emotionally. In this video, I want to talk to you about 3 of the main reasons as to why most people will never make money trading, and I want you to be able to walk away with a framework to help you to understand how to take control. So if you can sit here, if you're not chasing the quick dopamine and the overnight fixes, I want you to lock in. Let's get into it. First things first, I think if you want to start by actually doing something different and creating different results from most traders that are failing, you have to understand why most traders are staying stuck. In my experience, from every trader that I connect with, the loop all starts from the same place. And that's because they are trying to fix an emotion. They're trying to get rid of anger, they're trying to turn off fear, they're trying to not feel revenge, they're trying to not be frustrated when the market doesn't do what they want. Ultimately, we have to understand that there are various aspects of the market that are outside of our control. And we, as human beings, we are going to feel some type of thought or an emotion to express the disappointment, the anger, the frustration that we feel internally when things don't go our way. The first mental reframe that I want you to open your mind to and to start taking on board is I want you to understand that we as human beings, our mind is not built to help us to make money. It's built to help us to survive. That's where we really come from. So every time you're experiencing an emotion, it's not your mind trying to fight you. It's not trying to get you to perform worse. It's not trying to get you to self-sabotage. It's simply trying to communicate something to you. The problem is, most traders are not trying to listen. They're not trying to figure out what their mind is trying to communicate about their beliefs, about their experiences, and this is what tends to hold them back in the markets. The performance gap between what happens on paper and what actually happens in reality will always exist for most people because they don't understand that their mind is not wired for performance. The moment you start to accept that your mind is actually wired for survival, then every single one of your bad habits, every single one of the actions that you are taking that is causing you to continually blow accounts and fail challenges will start to make sense over a period of time. So I want to jump into 3 of the main common traps that I find most traders falling into psychologically to help you to understand exactly why we experience them and the small little reframes that you can start to do to shift, break free of these patterns and actually start being consistent and in control of your trading. Let's start with one of the most common ones, fear. Because let's be honest, every trader has experienced this at some point. We are always playing in a game of uncertainty, and when there is an uncertain outcome and there is money at stake, we're going to experience some type of emotion. But for some traders, we don't understand what we are actually fearful of. We're cognizant of the fact that fear is present, but we don't understand why the fear actually exists. Now, depending on the person, there are going to be usually one of 2 reasons that is underpinning this emotion of fear. And it is usually the fear of being wrong or the fear of losing money. Now, it's very important for you to be able to understand which one of those impacts you significantly, because how you fix the problem really depends on why you're experiencing it to begin with. This is really important to start to address because if you don't get comfortable at handling money and dealing with uncertain environments where you can be wrong at any given point in time, you're never going to find consistency. You're never going to find comfort in the discomfort of an uncertain environment. And that's always going to lead to impulsive actions, emotions, erratic behavior, which is going to take you away from doing things in alignment with your plan. Part of being successful in the markets is learning how to stay calm, composed, logical, and rational, all in the face of uncertainty. And so the first reframe that I want you to start thinking about when it comes to fear specifically is that the goal is not to avoid it. The goal is to understand why it's amplified to a level at which you can't control, to see if you can minimize that, but then understand actually it's more about regulation of that fear so that you can still stick with your plan regardless of how you are feeling. Secondly, revenge trading. This is a really common one. This is where we are fighting to get our money back from the market, like the market has taken something from you. The first thing I want you to understand about revenge is that it's never actually about the money. It's about internally you fighting the discomfort that you do not want to feel at this point in time. You see, we as human beings, again, we are wired to feel certain. We want to feel safe. We want to feel secure. We want to know what is going to happen next. And when we play in an environment where that doesn't happen, and inevitably we take a loss and we lose money and we give something away to the markets, the natural response that our mind wants to come up with is we must take that money back. We have to be able to flip that. We have to be able to understand that the mind is not uncomfortable because it's lost money. The mind is uncomfortable because it's currently experiencing pain. If you simply jump back into the markets and try and fight to get your money back by doing things outside of your plan, you're actually exposing yourself to experience a lose-lose situation. Only one of two things can happen at that point in time. Situation number one is you revenge trade and you actually make your money back. Congratulations. You've just solidified a bad habit and you've taught your mind that it is okay to break your plan because now you can actually be rewarded from it. The second, and maybe the more likely scenario, is that you lose more money than intended and you're going to kick yourself harder after that and you're going to fall deeper into a period of tilt. So keep this in mind the next time you have an urge to take revenge on the market. You're not fighting for money, you're fighting to get back to equilibrium inside, and that can be achieved in a very different way. Common trap number 3, overthinking. This is a big one for a lot of traders because we tend to stay stuck in this spiral where we overanalyze, we hesitate, and inevitably it costs us an opportunity. This is especially true for those of you that are still trying to find your path, your strategy, your edge inside of the market. At that point in time, when you don't have enough confidence in your data, the grass always looks greener on the other side. And so every time something doesn't go to plan, you will go into the next potential opportunity and you'll be second guessing yourself. This is amplified by the fact that we also experience recency bias. This is the tendency for us as human beings to focus on recent events as opposed to what is likely to occur over time. When you combine all of these together, you will start to understand that overthinking is not against you. Overthinking exists because it is trying to protect you from experiencing a negative outcome all over again. And again, I take you back to the idea of the raw purpose of the human mind. The human mind is not trying to hinder you, it's trying to keep you safe. The reason your mind resorts to overthinking is because it is trying to find rationale in allowing you to not experience pain over and over again. More time, more ability to think, more situations to analyze gives you this perception that you have a certain degree of control that makes you feel safe. And ultimately, especially when it comes to trading, it's often what unfortunately will cost you certain opportunities. Now, there are 3 things that I think most people should start to incorporate into their routine to help tackle this problem. And it all starts with understanding that you have to have a game plan before you approach the markets, during the markets being in play, and after the markets are done. When you can get into a good routine of actually priming yourself, you can actually start to expect that some of these problems are going to arise. The negative thoughts, the emotions, they will come up at some point in time. And if you can address them proactively, it makes it far more likely that you're going to stop going on tilt, stop having these blow up moments, and that's what's going to start putting you ahead of the curve. So, before you actually step up to the markets, what should you be focusing on? Well, pre-session, I would always argue that the best foundation that you could rely on is not the performance of yesterday, it's the data and the statistics that you have collected over time that shows you what is likely to occur if you simply trust your strategy and let it play out over a larger sample size of time. The problem for most traders, they don't have a large sample size of data to fall back on. Without that data, you lack expectations, and without reasonable expectations, you have nothing left to rely on except your emotions and your impulses over time. So if you're someone that's watching this video and you don't have full faith, full conviction, and full confidence in your strategy making money over time, that's where you should start. Before you get onto the live charts, spend time actually collecting data and proving to yourself that your strategy actually works. The more data you can collect, the more you can set your expectations at a baseline, and that will give you the right foundation mentally to approach the markets each day to expect that anything can happen at any time. Now, if you've done all the right things to set yourself up before the session has begun, it makes sense to also have a plan of action for what to do whilst you're in your session. Because despite having all the best expectations, it is very likely that at some point in time, you're going to experience something negative in the markets. The uncertain nature of what we do means that anything can happen at any time, and you are likely to be caught off guard at some point in time. Maybe it means you get slipped. Maybe you missed an opportunity. Maybe you got stopped out of a trade that you had full conviction in. There is going to be something that sends you on tilt. There's going to be something that messes with you internally, and it's important to have a plan of action in that place. Now, what I recommend to most traders is you need to focus on having two things in place. The first one is to help make you aware that the negative thought and emotion is starting to arise. And for that, I normally recommend a good form of journaling, just writing down what you are thinking and feeling before you decide to take any action that you do. The second thing is you want to have a plan of regulation. Now, the thing that I encourage to most traders is firstly, starting with a quick form of breath work. If you haven't tried this before, go onto YouTube, type in box breathing guided tutorial. There are some fantastic guides in there that will help you to work through a box breathing session, and it helps you to reset the nervous system and gets your cognitive function back locked in to the present moment. Not in the past, not in the future, in the present. The moment you've regained some clarity of mind, take a break. Take 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, the rest of the day if you need to, and actually disrupt the pattern of behavior and walk away from the charts. Go touch grass. Go focus on doing things outside of the markets, because I can promise you, if you're feeling like you're going on tilt, there is no good action that you can take in that moment without entering that lose-lose situation that we talked about earlier. That's what you really want to avoid. You want to give yourself enough mental capital so that you can make the right decisions with your financial capital so that you can live to fight another day. And finally, post-session, you have to have a plan of action to focus on the right things. It's so easy to get to the end of a day and to judge your performance purely based on the P&L from that day. Did I make money? Did I lose money? The problem is P&L lies. You could do everything wrong and you can make money. And you could also do everything right and you could lose money. The single most important question that you need to start with is by looking back over the trades that you've taken, and you want to ask yourself, did I actually follow my plan? Did I do the right things in alignment with my rules of criteria that will give me an edge in the market, which maybe not today, but over time will allow me to have positive expectancy from the market? The truth is, if you've done everything right, then making money over a large sample size of both time and trades should just be a healthy byproduct of following your plan each and every day going forward. Now, the two best follow-up questions that I would recommend to most traders is to start understanding what should you be repeating tomorrow and what should you be staying away from tomorrow. You see, the mind is a fantastic machine. It will answer any question that you throw its way. If you ask yourself why you're happy, guess what? Your mind's going to come up with reasons as to why you should be happy. If you're feeling sad and you ask yourself, why am I feeling sad today? Guess what? Your mind will come up with situations as to why you are feeling sad. If you want better answers to help you to become 1% better tomorrow, you have to start by asking better questions. And there is no better way than to become aware and cognizant of what you have done well today and what could be improved by simply asking the question. Put that in the forefront of your mind, and once you've got the lessons, once you know exactly what you should be repeating and what you should be avoiding, put that as a rule that you need to reflect on first thing tomorrow. When you go through your pre-session routine, reflect on that as part of your data, as part of your strategy, as part of your approach. It needs to be in the forefront of your mind, and you need to be able to focus on it if you actually want a good chance of repeating it and therefore starting that path of being 1% better every single day. What I've shared with you here today is truly a foundation to help you to start breaking the cycles. If you're someone that's been stuck in this loop for a while, this is exactly what you need to hear. This is the difference between the traders that ultimately go on to make it and the ones that stay stuck over and over again. If you've watched this all the way through to the end, be sure to like this video. Let me know in the comments which pattern resonated with you the most. Which one gave you the reframe and the mindset shift that you need to help you to actually start breaking free and moving away from this. If you also want to get one step closer to consistency, I have a newsletter that is completely free, and you will get a new edition each and every week to help you to create insights and reframes to develop a mindset of consistency. If you want to check it out, link is in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you as part of the inner circle. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.